DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hey, welcome to FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. I'm Jim Sinicropi, live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios in Seneca Falls. And there's some activity downtown Seneca Falls. If you notice, the side of the Seneca Museum of Waterways and Industry Heritage Tourism Center building is being prepared for a mural installation. So we're going to talk about that and going straight to the source. We'll be joined by Julia Kravtsov of Key Detail, which is an internationally renowned husband and wife duo. Julia, with her husband Andrey Kravtsov, have been installing mural art for more than 20 years and have created murals all over Europe, Asia, and the United States. They travel with their 2 young children, Max and Andy. Julia is in studio today along with Judy Wentzel. She's the executive director of the Bonafiglia Family Foundation, of which I also serve on the board, to talk about the mural project, opportunities for locals and visitors to get engaged, and to check out this public art initiative. But first, this episode of FLX Weekly is brought to you by Seneca Falls Acupuncture. Seneca Falls Acupuncture offers personalized treatments for pain relief, women's health, digestive symptoms, cosmetic acupuncture, and more, helping you look and feel your best naturally. Book your appointment online at SenecaFallsAcupuncture.com to experience award-winning care right here in the Finger Lakes. And also, Blush by CV Designs. Blush by CV Designs is a local woman-owned business in the heart of the Finger Lakes, offering women's clothing and accessories, quality home goods, and unique gifts. See what everyone's talking about by visiting their location in downtown Seneca Falls, or browse all of their products online at shopcvdesigns.com. So welcome, ladies, to the studio.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Judy, tell us a little bit about the whole mural initiative and why this is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bonafiglia Family Foundation, one of our current areas of focus is the revitalization of downtown Seneca Falls. And so over the past year and a half, we've been looking at opportunities to help building and business owners downtown figure out ways to beautify and activate our downtown area. And through that journey, we came across an opportunity to install 2 large-scale murals in downtown Seneca Falls, something that also coincides with the town's recently adopted comprehensive plan and action item within Policy Area 4. So just very excited for this opportunity to showcase our town's culture, identity through art.
And the project's underway. Anybody that's gone across the Ovid Street Bridge and looked west can see that there's stuff going. It's hard to miss, right?
Yep, it's happening right on a big facing wall when you're going over that Ovid Street Bridge, or even for people who are coming by boat through our community, they can see it as well. So very, very exciting.
So, Julia, welcome to Seneca Falls, first of all. And it's got to be kind of exciting to know that you're going to leave such a big impression, on the town by, these are big murals, whole side of the building. I have a lot of questions. I want to learn about, your business and you and your husband and your travels, but in particular to this project in Seneca Falls, can you talk about the concept for the mural and how it kind of came about?
Thank you so much for having us here in Seneca Falls. We're so honored to be selected as finalists and as artists who have this opportunity to paint a mural. And yes, it's a big and we're very excited, and we're really enjoying time spending in Seneca Falls, because every time when we have mural project, or we need to do a proposal design for their community, we always make a deep search, and we try to understand what is important for community, what is its values or heritage or cultural features or something interesting, what can inspire us. And then we have like a brief, and we decide what visually will be acceptable or beautiful or interesting for the community to see. And we try to make the mural as much as like dynamic and detailed for everyone to see something like familiar, or to recognize a theme or recognize ideas we wanted to like include in this mural. So yeah, this is the process, and it's always very like inspiring and interesting to dig deep into like history of the cities we visiting, or history of the places or countries. Like it's always exciting process.
Yeah, and it's certainly we have our share of history here and our unique angle on history and impact on the world here from Little Seneca Falls. But Judy, when we first thought about doing murals, the Bonafiglia Family Foundation, it really was wide open. Nobody had an image of, I guess, what the murals would look like, but we knew it would be good, and so we had to it was the artists who submitted concepts that kind of got the creative juices flowing. Talk a little bit about this particular concept that was chosen for this mural.
Yes, so we have been working with, her name is Alex Hall, and she's a public art consultant out of Indiana, and she's done projects similar to this in communities all over the country. And so she kind of helped us to identify, first and foremost, viable buildings to install the murals. She has a metric system that she uses, which ensures like the longevity, the visibility, the accessibility for folks to access and view the murals. And she also assisted with the process of establishing the creative brief. And so since this mural is on the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center building, thinking it was a unique idea to kind of have this mural showcase what you can see on the inside, and which is heavily focused on Seneca Falls during the early 19th century and how the industrial period really helped to establish the town of Seneca Falls. And so the executive director, Andy Olden, over at the museum, he helped us to kind of gather, as Julia mentioned, all of those details and facts about our community, and that was how the brief was established and shared with the artist. And luckily we had a great piece, that key detail established for us that we felt like really hit home and really resonated with our community.
About.
We're super excited about it. Yes, absolutely.
So Julie, you guys you've been all over the world doing murals. Do you have a home base?
Yes, we
When you're there.
Yeah, New York City is
Okay.
our base, and we really like the city, and it's very convenient to travel places, from
Sure,
New York
yeah.
City.
By air, you can get anywhere from New York
Yes,
City. That's
yes.
right. But from here, you probably drove up, right?
No, we flew from.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
from.
All right. And where are you guys staying when you're in town?
We're staying right next to the wall. So it's the most convenient working site ever.
Right.
We can look out of the window and see Andrey is working, and this is
He's
very-
working right now, right?
Yes, yes, and nonstop.
So you guys develop a concept and it's approved, and then you come here. Let's talk about the steps that are taken, because the first thing that we noticed here is people living in Seneca Falls was the wall was like completely primed with white paint, right?
Yeah.
So take us through kind of the steps from here to the end that we can expect to see.
The wall should be primed.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. And when we arrived, Andrey, the same day, he just started to do a grid. He using a grid system to transfer outline of the design on the wall. So he doesn't use projector. He uses his handwriting, it's easier and it's more creative for him to he transfers outline of the design, and then today he has started to fill up the colors, and it looks amazing already.
Yeah, it's moved along really, really quickly. What's the total amount of time you expect?
I think we have about 9 days, and we hope he will finish in time.
Amazing. Should mention that we're talking on Monday, but this show airs on Wednesday, so it's actually going to be 2 days into the future. So, with this aggressive timeline, you'll probably see a lot more being done. But it's definitely pretty exciting. So, you've been all across the world. Talk about some of your favorite projects, maybe, that you've done.
Like the old favorite, if you go somewhere, you see new place, and our background is architecture. We studied architecture in college. For us to go to new places and explore new places it's very interesting. Like, it doesn't matter it's big or small. But it's nice to go somewhere far away because it changes, like, the mentality and cultural things are different. So we just went to Japan in April, so it was exciting. Like, we went with kids, and for them it was the best trip. They still want to come back, and like they ask me about Japan every day. Yeah, but like, as I said, like every city, every state is so different. Especially, we like to do project in United States because we want to explore the country, and we like, as we here for 10 years already, and we didn't visit all the states. So
Sure. Well, I've
us
lived here for 53, and I haven't visited them all either. Yeah, you mentioned your kids, Max and Andy. How old? They're off camera here in the studio, enjoying themselves. But how old?
Max is 7, Andy is 4.
Okay. So what a great experience to be able to take them around the world to,
Yes. I wish I had this childhood. Yeah.
So Judy, we want to engage the community of Seneca Falls as this is going on. Just talk about some of the ways that, other than just walking down and taking a look at as this mural's going up, but what do we have planned?
Yeah, so Wednesday, as you're viewing this live, which will be today from 4 to 8, we are partnering with the Fall Street Brewing. They actually have the Endy Brothers playing some music tonight, and they have great pizza, great beer, and so we're partnering with them to say, hey, come to Fall Street, check out the music, take some pizza down to behind the canal, and we have some nice tables and chairs set up for people to sit and hang out and check out Andrey as he's moving along on the wall. We're also partnering with Red Brick Pub. They got wing night on Wednesday tonight, so you can come and check that out and get a to-go order and go down and hang out down by the mural. And then Rizzo Remedy, who's another new business downtown, they have a smoothie bar, and so all this week you can grab a smoothie, walk down, check out the mural, see the progress. And Thursday, which is the last Seneca Falls Summer Thursday, is the last day of music in the park. So we're piggybacking off of that to kind of get some momentum and people down to the canal to check it out during that time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And weather should be great too. It looks like great weather.
Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you guys do these mural installations, weather and climate is probably very important. Is there an ideal temperature? Is it
No, the ideal no rain. This is
no
ideal.
rain is important? Yeah.
No rain, no snow.
Okay. And do you always use the same materials? Or do they adapt to different buildings?
Yeah, we use spray paint. We have favorite brands using spray paint. It's Montana Black and Montana Gold, because the colors are so bright, and I think the quality of this brand is very good. And the reason Andrey can paint the mural in 1 week, 10 days, it's because he used spray paint.
Sure.
It's much. You can paint much faster than if you use acrylic paint with brushes or something. Yeah, so we prefer spray paint.
And Judy, one of the things that we discussed when we were talking about this was, well, how long will it last? Does it need maintenance? Just talk a little bit in general, and we'll talk about a second mural that's going up by a different artist in September in Seneca Falls. But just in general, with these giant art installations on the walls of buildings, like will it last for 5 years, 50 years, and what type of, I guess, type of work has to be done to a wall or a building, and then post, after the artists are gone, after a few years, does anything need to be done to kind of maintain the crispness and newness of the image?
Yeah, so as Julia mentioned, before Andrey came in and began on installing the mural, we had to prep the wall, and that required just someone to come in, to power wash, do a gentle power wash on that wall, and then primed it, two coats of just a white exterior paint. This wall, actually, Julie and I were talking about it this morning when we were down there. This is a very clean wall. It's a very nice, easy wall.
It's kind of a stucco,
install a
I don't
mural.
know what you'd call the material on that
Yep,
building,
it's a
but
drive it.
Yeah.
Is what it's called. But it is like a material, stucco material.
it's kind of
absolutely.
consistent from top to bottom, whereas a brick building, you might have different, quality or age or condition of bricks, but this wall is just like,
Yeah, and because there's some texture to it, we were just having this conversation that the paint is sticking really well to the wall, and it's going to hold the color, and the longevity is anywhere between 25 to 30 years, and that's really the period of time where from a maintenance perspective, there really should be hardly anything that you have to do to the wall at all. Maybe there's some opportunities later down the line, again, when you're hitting that 20, 30 years where brightening it up, maybe some of the color fades, but really this is designed to last for that long.
yeah, and that's, it's exciting. It's exciting how fast this has happened too. We started discussing it over the winter, I think, or maybe a little sooner, but we got serious about it over the winter, and then we entertained a bunch of different concepts, and chose the concepts and our artists, and here we go. And it's just going to be, it's exciting to me to know that this is something, as someone lives in Seneca Falls, that I'll be seeing on a daily basis. But also, it's difficult when doing projects like this, right? Because you're never going to make everybody happy, right? Some people are going to love it. Some people, we hope nobody hates it, but some people might not agree with the concepts and stuff. But we've tried to do something that honors the history of Seneca Falls. This mural more of the industrial history of Seneca Falls, and then the second mural more about our women's rights heritage. Quickly talk about the second mural that's going to go up in September at 84 Fall Street. Or no,
37
37
Fall Street. Yeah,
37.
37 Fall Street. Yep. So, like you mentioned, we're trying to kind of utilize these pieces of our history that have really shaped our community, and Seneca Falls being the birthplace of women's rights is a big part of who we are. And so the second mural concept is that theme, and so that was shared, a creative brief, and artists again kind of came up with their concept and design, and an artist that was selected, her name is Mandy Caskey. Her artist name is Miss Birdie, and she is an up and coming mural artist. So very appropriate to have a young female come in and install this mural, and that is, we're set as of right now, finalizing some details with that, but the week of September 14th is when hopefully we'll have her here installing the second mural.
Right. So again, very quickly.
Yeah.
And
Done.
yeah. Well, I think about one of our biggest weekends in Seneca Falls is the Wonderful Life Weekend in December, and these things will be well installed, and it'd be nice to get the feedback from people who come to that festival every year, and it's just exciting, to see things happening, and there is a lot happening downtown Seneca Falls right now that we'll be continue to see. A lot of it thanks to the commitment and investment from the Bonafiglia Family Foundation. So definitely good stuff happening in Seneca Falls. So, what are your impressions of Seneca Falls, Julia, as someone who's been so well traveled and coming up from New York City? Just general impressions of our community.
When we arrived, we went to the what the name, Ludovico.
Oh, Lodovico Trail.
Yeah, Ludovico
Oh, yeah.
Trail, yes. And it was impressive for, when you change scenery from the city to the small city with a big greenery, like parts, like green part, like it's so amazing. Kids were so excited to run.
Yeah.
And yeah, very beautiful sculptures, and we enjoyed it yesterday. So for us, it's different, but 100% we enjoyed.
And how did you and your husband meet?
We met in many years ago in college. We studied architecture, so we were at the same class.
What college?
It was back in Belarus. We are from Belarus, so it was National Technical University.
And what was the point where you decided like this was going to be your professional life? Installing murals. It's a different path, right?
Yes,
Than most.
yes, yeah. It's a little bit different, right? We worked as architects for like 7-8 years in different companies, in the big companies in Belarus, in Minsk. And we had this big experience. But when we studied architecture, it was more creative process than to work as architect.
Sure, right.
So we reached a certain level when we realized we need more creativity in our lives. So we started to paint just the small pieces, like small paintings, and then it became bigger and bigger, and Andrey just wanted to try something like more like big scale size. So we started to travel around European countries, Germany, Italy, like it was like 15 years ago. 10-15 years ago, before United States, because in Germany, for example, they had so many art festivals, and it was like blossoming, like art was blossoming everywhere. So we had these opportunities to travel countries and to like practice, literal practice, and to paint big murals. So when we came to United States, we already had a big portfolio, and we started working right away. Like we decided to work as artists, not like architects.
Right.
Because it seemed for us more interesting.
Yeah, well, you do. So you're doing what you love to do.
Yes,
Which
yes,
is
yes.
certainly a life goal of a lot of people that never get to, have that kind of life. Really loving their work.
Thank you.
And you've done almost 50 murals this year, you said, right? That's
This
even-
year?
Yeah.
Not this year, not
Oh,
this year.
Oh, I thought you said that
No,
this year.
no.
How many this year did you say you guys did?
No. The murals getting bigger and bigger every year, so it takes more time. So sometimes, for example, Andrey painted last summer. He painted a big mural, 4,000 square feet, and it took 3 weeks. But like no, I cannot say how many every year. Maybe 7, something like this, 7, 10.
Because in addition to just the actual installation, there's the planning, the concept creation.
Right.
So when you receive the brief from Seneca Falls, like, do you guys talk it out? Do you
Yeah.
sketch out some things and then
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
meet in the middle? Like, how does that work?
As you said, like we had a brief like together, and we usually we go somewhere and walk. While we're walking, we discussing our ideas, and yes, we try to gather all the information, and when we have time, we come up with ideas. And Andrey, he's responsible for visual parts, so he does design. He combines everything, all the ideas, and what we decided to include. So this is his design. But we work like this. My part is mostly I work in our team like a manager who is responsible for everything except painting.
Right, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So having traveled all these places or lived in Belarus, and you spent some time living in Europe too as well?
Who?
In Europe?
In Europe, no.
Mostly
We
visiting?
just moved like from one place to another. We never know.
What are some of the differences, good or bad, between life in Belarus growing up, going to school, and life here in America?
We really like. We became a fans of America. We really like United States and New York City. We like the speed of New York City. We need this like boost of energy. We like this. In New York City, you can meet everyone like from different countries, and this is
Sure.
very cool. Yeah, and our kids they grew up in a diverse community, so this is very like good. I believe. What is the difference? Like back in Belarus, we don't have so many opportunities. We don't have so many like sources. We don't have so many like such a big choice.
Right.
Unfortunately, yeah. And when we came to United States, we just felt like everything for
Anything's
us,
possible.
like
Yeah.
everything is possible. So many like things happening. You just choose and you go. Like it's very cool.
Yeah, well, that's great. And then, of course, here in Seneca Falls, it's only about 4 or 5 hour drive away from New York City, but slower pace of life here.
Yeah. As I said, we enjoyed so much. Like I was so lazy yesterday, like enjoying like this river, and it's definitely we need it sometimes. Like this is such a good changing like of our like routine life.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you here in our community, and we're excited to see you see the mural unfold before our eyes over the next several days. As Judy mentioned, tonight, Wednesday, August 20th, and tomorrow, Thursday, August 21st, from 4 to 8 p.m. is a great time to go downtown, grab something to eat, and head down to the mural because there are going to be a lot of people there. You guys will be hanging out to be able to
Mingle.
little meet and greet maybe, and just be amazed at like there's the fact that we're going to have this beautiful piece of art, but it's also the idea of watching it kind of unfold. Personally, when we decided we were doing this, I just thought about, man, how do they do it? Because we see examples of your previous work, and it's just amazing. And we've seen murals around our neighboring communities, and a lot of them are beautiful, but these two particular murals are just kind of like another level of detail and art. Really amazing. So definitely exciting. Thank you for coming in and talking to us about it.
Thank you so much for having us in your beautiful city, and we're so honored to be here. Thank you.
Great. And Judy, thank you for setting everything up.
Thanks,
and
Jim.
then
Thanks for having us here.
maybe we'll do it again in
Absolutely,
September
in
when
September.
we do the second mural.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
City
Look
of
forward to
Murals,
that.
maybe Seneca Falls will become known as.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back next week on, it'll be Wine Wednesday, actually, right? Last Wednesday of the month, Paul? Yep. So Catherine Chase of the Cuga Lake Wine Trail will be in. And I love Wine Wednesdays this time of year because we're going to get updates on harvest season. We're going to find out how the grape picking's going across the local wineries, and Catherine usually has a few good stories and updates, so we'll look forward to that. But until then, have a great weekend here in the Finger Lakes.